Hello everyone, this is Greg here. I will be working with you in Management 518 for the next 10 weeks, and I just thought I would say hello. Susan asked us to introduce ourselves, so here I am at my room at Newburgh High School where I've been teaching math, I think 16 years here, and I did a few years at another school before this. So my greatest area of mathematics that I've enjoyed most of my time is statistics, and I really like to teach it. I enjoy it. I think I have some approaches that we can use that will make it digestible for you, and you will be very glad you've done it. So first of all, I'm glad you're here. Working with the staff at Merrillhurst and the teachers is terrific. They will help you in any way they can. They've helped me, and it's a great organization to be part of. So here we go on our journey, and let's just go over a couple of things. First of all, and I apologize for the video quality. I've done several of these, and when you set the iPad up, sometimes it's a little light, sometimes it's a little dark, but you just never know what you're going to get, but we always tend to get the message across. So this is not high quality video, but we'll be doing one every week. We'll be introducing the topic, and that'll start out our week. So first of all, the question that everybody asks when they take a statistics course is the question that has plagued human beings since the beginning of time, which is, why are we here? What am I doing here? I'm totally nervous. I'm not good at math. I don't understand this stuff. I just want to get it over. Well, I've been doing it quite a long time, and my goal is to have you leave the course saying that was a good experience. I have a fundamental understanding of that. I can use it. It's going to help me in my career. I have a foundation for learning, and I really have explored some things that are important to me in my own personal endeavors. So first of all, during an election, you'll hear on the TV, well, candidate A has 55% support, candidate B has 45%. Yeah, yeah, that adds up to 100. And then they'll say something like, with a margin of error of 5%. And so, first of all, if you listen to all the people on television explain that, they're completely wrong. So one of those issues is, when you hear something like that, a margin of error of 5%, what does that really mean? Now, let me give you an example. Let's say you're in marketing and you decide that you need to produce or sell something that would go along with a hybrid car in your area. So the Toyotas, Fords, they all have hybrids now. So you need to find out what percent of people in Lake Oswego, for example, would have hybrid cars. Now, you could take a sample and you might find that 13 out of 100 people have hybrid cars, but how sure are you that 13% of the population in Lake Oswego has a hybrid car? Well, that's the purpose of statistics, and quite often people say, well, I don't like statistics because it's too uncertain. Well, that's the point. There is uncertainty, but it's an exact uncertainty in a certain way. Okay? So if I were to tell you, I have a dice here, and if I roll a 1, I will give you $100, and if I roll a 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6, you will give me $1. You would apply statistics in that and say, I'm going to do that. Yes, it's uncertain, but there's a certain likelihood that you're going to win the game overall. So there is a point to all of this, and you're going to find that the way you look at things and the way you make decisions is much clearer after the course. Okay? So a couple other things about the course. First of all, I want to stay in constant contact with you. I like to do that. We'll be online at least 4 or 5 times a week. I will be on every night except for Tuesday is the only night I can't be on. And we're going to go over all this. I'm going to put this in Moodle too for you. And I can be reached anytime by phone. It's perfectly okay to call me at any time. In the summer, quite often, when my son's playing baseball and my wife's chewing out the coach, I'm just sitting in the lawn chair in the back with a good book, talking to students on the phone. We can work through this stuff on the phone any way you want. And I encourage that. That it's really, you're not imposing on me whatsoever. The only thing is I never actually have sent a text. I don't even know how to do it, and I'm pretty bad at answering phone messages. But you can call at any time. And if I can answer it, I will. And if not, you can email and say, Greg, I got to talk to you. You know, be home at 7 o'clock, and I'll make sure that happens. I always check the email at least by 9 in the morning, then another one at noon, then probably at 4, and then, of course, I'm home all night. And so you can contact me anytime with anything that you need. The other thing that's important is, the one thing that I found is the due dates. Now I know we're all pretty busy, and I've got one in college, one in high school, this job, Merrillhurst, and a couple other things going on. So the next 10 or 12 weeks for all of us are going to be pretty taxing. So as a result, I want you to stay calm, so to speak, and we will get this accomplished. But we're going to hold firm on the due dates, and we will go over that in Moodle as far as posting times and assignments. But if we get behind, then people start to lose the train of thought, and we can't collectively learn as well. So we're gonna stay pretty firm on the due dates. The other issue is, if you notice, I've titled the video "Normal Distribution." And I did that for a reason. Probably on the side of the screen now, if you're watching this on your PC or your Mac, you will see dozens of other videos on the normal distribution. And that is done for a specific reason. I'm not the only one that understands all this. There's 3 other people, just kidding. There's hundreds of other people that understand all this. And the great thing about online learning is that you can access any resource you feel is important to grasp some of these concepts. So whether it's YouTube videos, whether it's things you find on the internet, other textbooks, people you know, it's a science, and a lot of us understand it. I'm just here to kind of guide you through it. So we will be producing a video every week, and it'll have a title, and that'll also help you access some other resources. So it's about open learning. It's about distributed. It's all there for you, and I'm going to point you in certain places and walk you through some things, and you will come to your own understanding on a lot of these concepts, and it'll be pretty rewarding. So video every week. Now the videos won't be produced in this high-tech high school classroom, but normally I'll do them from home, but I thought I would do the first one here and just show you my little world. So we'll be doing them at home, and we'll probably be doing them on a Saturday morning and have them ready to go by Saturday night for the next week. All right, so here is what the first week will encompass. I want you to think about one thing, and we'll go into it in more detail. What is normal? Now, when we say normal, we don't mean, well, that guy or that girl that works 2 cubicles down from me is not normal. All right, mathematicians have a very specific definition of what is normal. So here's an example. Let's say I take a sample of 7 16-year-old boys in Lake Oswego, and I measure their heights. Okay. Now, out of my sample of 7, I find that it forms roughly a normal distribution of heights of those 17-year-old boys in Lake Oswego. And you're looking at this going, oh, I know what that is. That's the bell curve. Okay, well, the bell curve is the common term for what's called the normally distributed variable. And people identify it because it's shaped like a bell. Well, there's an enormous amount to it that we will talk about this week. And then, what if I take the heights of 17-year-old boys in a third world country? and I take the same 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I can see that that is what is called, that is not a normal distribution. All right? So we're going to think more about this tonight, but the point I'm making is that the normal distribution is something we will study in the first week, and without it, without an understanding of it, the rest of the course doesn't make a lot of sense. This is the foundation of how we make guesses about populations. This is the foundation of how we can say your favorite politician has an approval rating of 55% based on a sample of 100 and project that to the population of the United States. So we're going to spend the first week working on this. We're going to ask you some more questions. We're going to delve into it a little more. So I think we've covered it all. I hope everyone, if you have your textbook, you should be okay. You don't need anything else than the textbook. Any other materials that we use, videos, data sets, I will give to you. Probably the only thing you want to make sure you have is Excel on your computer, because we will use Excel to a large extent. Just to store numbers, not for analysis. The other thing is, one of the things I found is that we're up to 11 minutes, we better get going. We will use Android devices, your iPhone, your iPad quite a bit, because all of the modern statistical tools are now on mobile apps and on PCs, so we don't need any big statistical packages. Those were used in the past before we had all this technology. So we'll use lots of cool stuff, but we'll understand what the answers are telling us and why. So welcome to the course. I'm here for you, and we will see you. Well, it's Sunday. I'll be talking to you tonight probably. So thank you and have a good day.